Hello YouTube. I wanted to share with you a shift in opinion that I had over the time that I was gone. Um, I'm also going to share this on the Facebook page of a local atheist group I'm trying to get to know. I have some challenges in my ability to get out there and get to know people. One, I'm very shy, and other things. So maybe this will give you some insight into the twisted workings of my mind. Um, and also to say, to catch up with my YouTube subscribers. Hi. Um, I used to have this opinion that, well, religion is not the problem. It's extremism that's the problem. It's fundamentalism that's the problem. And I had a more live and let live perspective concerning religion. And I mean, I still hold myself to that, but I think that religion is more of a problem than I realized before. When I was gone, I made friends with with many new people, but two women in particular. And these women were Christians, true believers, and we would discuss religion and our views on it. And there's one verse in the Bible that a friend of mine, Proportional Response, turned me on to that I tend to use as a go-to example. God is not the source of morality. And it's 2 Kings 2:23 and 24. Thanks, Proportional Response. Elisha is walking down the road, and these children jump out and begin to make fun of him for being bald. And so he curses them in the name of the Lord, and the Lord sends 2 she-bears to maul 42 of the children to death. And ultimately what shifted my perspective was watching these otherwise kind, intelligent, well-read, friendly women turn into people before my eyes that were doing the best they could to justify the brutal mauling of little children. It was disturbing to me, and it just multiplied the insults some Christians hurl my way sometimes when they say that atheists must not have a sense of right or wrong because they don't believe in the Bible or they don't believe in God, so they must have some sort of a broken moral compass or whatever the hell they say. And so my opinion has changed, and I still believe that the Bible is not the source of morality in the world, but I think it is more of a corrupter of morality than I realized before in some of my older YouTube videos where I would talk about this. I think it's more of a problem than I realized. And so I guess I've become a little more militant atheist in my views. I still try not to be an asshole, insofar as the person I'm talking to is respectful. But yeah, I can't just, I know that there are people out there that are going to be like, well, of course they did that because you're debating them, and so no matter how asinine their position is, they're going to dig in their heels and cleave to it even stronger. But if they saw 42 little children being mauled by a wild animal in front of them, they'd probably try and help, even if maybe someone God, but you know, you don't know that. You don't fucking know that. How could you possibly, you know what that is? That's faith in them. And who was it? I just got a book on my Kindle. The name of the author escapes me, but it's very good. Basically, faith is pretending to know things you don't know. So don't be that guy, okay? If you're an atheist out there listening to don't be that guy. Don't be that. You don't know that. You know, it wouldn't. There are plenty of examples out there of people in today's day and age that have killed their children because they believed it was what a God wanted them to do. So you just don't know that. You don't know if they were just, you know, playing devil's advocate, pun intended, or not. You know, or just digging in their heels because they were being challenged and they were just being stubborn. You don't know that. But watching the transformation from a friend who I thought was rational and kind and reasonable and compassionate before my very eyes into someone who's just doing everything they can to justify the brutal mauling of, and it's very specific. I don't know, it's very specific, but it says 42 of these children. One of them even said, well, I looked up the verse. It doesn't say children. It says adolescents. Really? That's really? Anyway. So my view is shifted. I do think it's more of a problem than I realized before. And I don't know what I'm going to do about it. I'm going to school right now, and a main motivator for me going to school is, you know, sharpening my tools, figuratively speaking, for engaging in exchanges with these people, you know, in a public forum, getting some knowledge under my belt, getting some fancy letters behind my name so that, you know, people have more of a chance of respecting my opinion, because nowadays that counts for a lot. You know, even though people with fancy letters behind their names make bullshit statements all the time, like Dr. Ron Paul, who believes in creationism. I don't know. There was another point I was going to make, but it escapes me. So, yeah, that's me. To that new atheist group, I'm trying to get to know. Consider this my hello. And to those of you on YouTube who are still paying attention, I appreciate you being out there and still listening for me. I'm still here. I'm just busy. And to my friends out there, I love you guys. And to the ones of you who know what I have been through lately, and that have been supportive, even if just been supportive in the smallest sliver of way, I appreciate you guys, because you've helped keep me sane. You know, I've been surrounded by believers, and when I bring up these things, how, you know, the Great Flood was an act of mass murder, and there's, no, it's not, you just don't read it right, or you're crazy. And when you're the only one and you're surrounded by those people every day, all day, a bunch of them, you begin to question your sanity sometimes. You know? But I know I'm not crazy, okay? Okay. Peace out, YouTube.